What's up, guys? This is another action figure review on the glow-in-the-dark eye and mouth Venom and the black suited Spider-Man and the Venomized Captain America. This is back from 2000, I believe 2007. I could focus here. This was, I think, one of the first ones in the line, and it's supposed to come with a web. I don't have it, but it does have some good articulation. His hand is stuck in a twipping pose, and it bends forward and back like the superposable. And there's a bicep swivel like the superposable on both sides. Both have double jointed elbows. The wrist does flick in and out. His head is very limited to look up. You can look up that far. They are on like a ball joint, so if you pop it off and put it on like lightly, he could look a little bit higher, but it's not going to look that much further upward. Pop that back on here. There we go. And he has a waist. He does not have the waist swivel. He does have this joint though here that allows the back to move, but it cuts off the spider. So I try to keep it center while it's standing on display. He does have double jointed knees technically, but it's on a ball joint, so I don't know. I think it technically counts though. He does have a foot articulation here, and it just moves up and down, and the same as on this leg. But that's really all that this figure has. There is a superposable one that I'm after, and the half black, half red transformation suit that I do want to get. Next up is Venom. Venom is kind of the same way, but he has a little bit different articulation. He can actually look up a little higher, about that high, down this low, and he does have the hip joint where he does bend pretty good. He bends that far, and he can bend a little bit back, but he's more like side to side bending. His arms go out pretty far. He can go about that high, and he does have a double joint elbow. His wrist does turn 360 degrees, just like his head, and just like this hand, it bends 360 degrees. His legs can rotate 360 degrees, and he also has a ball joint inside his leg and his knee with the technical double jointed leg. He does not have any ankle rotation at all or articulation. But that's all for Venom. His gimmick is if you charge up the LEDs, he has a green thing for the glow in the dark feature, so he will glow in the dark, and it's best if you use like an LED, and he will glow really, really bright. I have tested it, and it is amazing. And last but not least, Venomized Captain America. I was stoked to have this figure. It's a Walmart exclusive. I had him in this pose, so I'm probably going to keep him like this, but I can tell you all of his articulation and features. So right above the leg right here, he has a bicep swivel, and he also has a boot articulation, double jointed knees, foot and ankle pivot, and his hands rotate 360 degrees, which were also on the Carnage figure that I do hope to get. And his head will look up really, really far. I'm probably going to keep it like that, like I said, because he's on display. The tongue is really well detailed, and the teeth. The teeth are amazingly done. His head does look up really far. He'll look up from where my finger is all the way up. And he does have a bendable joint that he does actually bend pretty good forward. He has ratchet shoulders for the arms, which I think does help it while posing it. He does technically have a double joint, but the arm is really thick, so it only allows him to do a single joint. And in this arm is a standard shield of Captain America, but with the Venomized thing. But as you can see, mine is going off. But that's all. See you next time, guys.